In this video, we'll show you some of the most incredible things ever discovered in the Amazon rainforest. Because in the largest rainforest in the world, the most bizarre things have been found. From crazy animal species that shouldn't even be biologically possible, to unbelievably valuable relics from World War II, to mysterious objects whose origin no one knows. Before we get to the incredible discoveries made in the Amazon rainforest over the past few decades, let's quickly look at a few key facts about it. Because it's one of the most extraordinary regions on Earth, the Amazon rainforest is home to more than 3 million different animal species, making it the most biodiverse region in the world. It shelters some of the last remaining indigenous tribes who have never made contact with modern civilization. There are so many trees that it's even called the lungs of the earth. And by the way, one of the 2 longest rivers in the world, the Amazon River, flows right through it. A fun fact is that it's still scientifically unclear whether the Nile or the Amazon is longer, because it depends on which tributary you count as the Amazon's true source, and geographers still can't agree. Even today, there are thousands of regions in the Amazon rainforest that no human has ever set foot in, so it's no surprise that crazy discoveries keep being made there, which brings us back to our topic. The first unbelievable discovery made in the Amazon is truly one of a kind: the river that boils. In the middle of the Peruvian Amazon flows the Shaet Tempishka, a river so hot that it literally boils. The name Shaet Tempishka roughly means heated by the sun, and that's not an exaggeration. This roughly 6-kilometer-long river reaches temperatures of up to 100 degrees Celsius in many places where the water actually boils. Even the coolest areas, at around 45 degrees, are still hot enough to give you not a relaxing bath, but a deadly steam bath. The river is so dangerous that animals falling into it are cooked alive within seconds. A local researcher once saw a small rodent fall in, and according to his account, what followed was horrifying. But how is boiling river water even possible? Scientists believe geothermal processes deep within the earth travel upward through cracks and heat the river's water, a sort of underground pressure cooker. The river only became known to the Western world a few years ago when Peruvian scientist Andrés Russo studied it. Before that, the story of the boiling river was dismissed as a local myth, until Russo went there and discovered that the legend was real. Since then, he has shared his remarkable findings with the world. Let's move on to a discovery that was first made back in the 1970s, but which researchers only realized 30 years later was groundbreaking. We're talking about the strange ground markings found in the Brazilian region of Acre, near the Peruvian border. In scientific terms, these geometric ground drawings are called geoglyphs, and they were first discovered in the 1970s by archaeologist Denise Shan. 30 years later, British researchers decided to use satellite images to look for more, and sure enough, they found that the entire Amazon region is dotted with these curious structures. The British team identified more than 300 additional geoglyphs. It's now believed that these geoglyphs were created by ancient civilizations around 1,000 years before Christ, but to this day, no one knows why. They could have been a kind of ancient art form or territorial markers, or maybe they served an entirely different purpose. No one can say for sure. What makes these geoglyphs even more remarkable is that for a long time, scientists believed the Amazon rainforest was hardly suitable for permanent settlement before the arrival of Europeans. But the geoglyphs were the first clear evidence that complex ancient societies once existed there. Next, we come to an incredible discovery made in 2012 in the Ecuadorian part of the Amazon, a lost city. But this lost city was anything but an ordinary historical settlement. A team of researchers, accompanied by local guides, found massive structures, including a pyramid 79 meters tall and wide, with a flat, polished stone on top that was likely used as an altar. The sheer size of these constructions led many to believe that giants once lived there. The tools found at the site were so enormous that humans could never have used them. Whether actual giants built this city remains a matter of debate, but the discovery itself is undeniably fascinating. The Amazon, as we know, is home to some of the largest creatures on Earth, from spiders and stingrays to piranhas. And the next discovery on our list fits right into that category, the Victoria Amazonica. Admittedly, that might sound like the name of a Latin American actress, but it's not. Victoria amazonica are giant water lilies so huge they can hold the weight of a full-grown adult. Their leaves can reach up to 3 meters in diameter. The flowers of the Victoria amazonica take only 48 hours to fully bloom. On the first night they're white, and on the second they turn pink, reaching up to 40 centimeters across. But beware that anyone stepping on a leaf should know that the underside is covered with thorns to protect the plant from predators. In the Amazon, you can discover not only ancient cultural artifacts and extraordinary plants and animals, but also something entirely different, a new disease. That's exactly what happened to archaeologists who went on an expedition through the jungle in 2016, though not intentionally. The expedition led the team into a remote valley in Honduras that legends call the City of the Monkey God. According to legend, this mysterious city was abandoned in the 16th century because of a curse, and what the researchers found there was not only archaeologically fascinating, but also medically alarming. Because shortly after returning from the jungle, several members of the expedition began showing strange and dangerous symptoms. The diagnosis was leishmaniasis, a flesh-eating disease transmitted by tiny sandflies. The pathogen is a parasite that nests in skin or body cells, causing inflammation, open sores, and in the worst cases, severe disfigurement. Although this disease wasn't entirely new, the outbreak connected to the lost city gave scientists a clearer understanding of its medical nature and causes, and at the same time reinforced the centuries-old myth of a curse hanging over the city of the monkey god. Let's continue with an animal that has a unique ability among land creatures of its size. We're talking about the basilisk, commonly known as the Jesus lizard. Why that name? Because it can run on water. It uses this ability to hunt or to escape predators. The basilisk spreads its toes and unfolds a special skin between them, allowing it to run across the water's surface. Basilisks live near lakes, ponds, and rivers, and they're absolutely fascinating to watch. Now let's move on to a crazy discovery made in February 2019. Back then, visitors found an 8-meter-long dead whale at the edge of the jungle, about 15 meters from the ocean, near the mouth of the Amazon River. This discovery caused a global stir because it was a total mystery. Not even biologists could explain how such a massive sea creature ended up so far from its natural habitat, deep in the rainforest. No wounds were found on the whale's body, so there were few clues as to how it died. Some theories suggest it died after ingesting plastic waste and was later swept inland by powerful storms from the beach. Others believe it was drifting near the coast and was thrown ashore by strong tides, which slowly killed it. But all of this remains speculation. No one really knows how that whale ended up in the Amazon rainforest. From a sea creature that died in the Amazon, we move to a river creature that exists only there, the pink river dolphin. These extraordinary animals, also known as botos, look almost mythical. Their pink skin, caused by blood vessels visible beneath their thin outer layer, makes them look like something straight out of a fantasy world. Unlike their ocean relatives, they have a flexible neck, allowing them to turn their heads sideways to navigate the maze-like river channels. They're highly intelligent, curious, and in indigenous mythology, often seen as enchanted humans or spirit beings. Sadly, pink river dolphins are endangered due to pollution, dam construction, and illegal hunting. Yet they play a vital role in the ecosystem by maintaining the balance of fish populations. So if you ever have the rare chance to encounter one, consider yourself lucky because it's a true natural wonder. Next, we come to what is probably the most gruesome discovery ever made in the Amazon. In 2011, archaeologists near Trujillo in Peru, on the edge of the Amazon, came across a mass burial site known as Juan Chaquito Las Llamas. A violent sandstorm had uncovered numerous human bones, including the remains of at least 140 children, carefully laid on their backs with bent legs and wrapped in linen cloths. But that wasn't all. Around 200 young llamas were buried at the same time. Examinations revealed clean cuts across the breastbones. Apparently, their hearts had been removed. All this was undeniable evidence that in the past, sacrificial rituals took place there, where an ancient people had offered up hundreds of children and animals. It's believed that this was a ritual of the Chimu culture, who practiced such sacrifices in the belief that it would protect them from natural disasters. To this day, Huanchaquito Las Llamas remains one of the most shocking archaeological sites in the world. Let's move on to something much more harmless, to this tree that exists only in the Amazon rainforest. The walking palm looks as if it has legs thanks to its many stilt-like roots. According to local stories, it moves by growing new roots toward the sunlight while letting the old ones wither away. So it supposedly walks very slowly. But is that true or just a myth? Let us know what you think in the comments. Next, we come to a genuine Nazi discovery made right in the middle of the Amazon. A grave marked by a meter-high cross with a swastika carved into it. But what's the story behind this find? The cross marks the grave of Joseph Greiner, a member of the so-called Amazon Jari expedition, which took place between 1935 and 1937 under the leadership of SS officer Otto Schultz-Kampfenkel. Officially, the expedition was declared a scientific research mission, but unofficially it seems to have been intended to scout the area for a potential Nazi colony. Greiner died during the journey from a tropical disease, but the prominently designed grave suggests a deeper ideological significance. The Nazis apparently wanted to establish a symbolic presence in the heart of the rainforest, perhaps even with strategic plans for a new German Reich overseas. Schultz-Kampfenkel later wrote a book about the expedition, which was supported by both the SS and the German Foreign Office. Scientific samples, film footage and maps were also moved back to Germany. The gravestone still stands today in the Brazilian jungle, a stone memorial to a nearly forgotten but very real Nazi attempt to gain a foothold in the Amazon. Perhaps the most bizarre discovery in the Amazon is neither biological, historical, nor geological. It's human. Even today, there are thousands of indigenous tribes living there, many of whom still live as they did centuries ago. One particularly fascinating example is the Mashko Piro, a previously uncontacted people who were only recently documented through hidden cameras in western Brazil near the Bolivian border. The footage shows that the Mashko Piro continue to live almost exactly as their ancestors did, which is building huts, hunting with bows over 3 meters long, and even defending their territory with camouflaged wooden traps to protect themselves from illegal loggers. Their tribe is growing and now numbers an estimated 200 to 300 members, a remarkable increase since the 1990s. You can see another inhabitant of the Amazon in this video. As we mentioned earlier, the Amazon contains over 10% of the world's biodiversity, and that's only what we've discovered so far. New species are found every single week. If you ever plan to visit the Amazon, you'll witness unbelievable wildlife. The forest is home to the largest snake species on Earth, the green anaconda. These massive snakes weigh between 70 and 90 kilograms and can grow up to 5.2 meters long, though reports exist of specimens exceeding 9 meters. Anyone who manages to capture an anaconda over 9 meters long could, according to certain contests, earn up to $50,000. Maybe the person who filmed this video was trying exactly that. Anacondas live in rivers like the Amazon, are excellent swimmers and are not venomous, but they can squeeze with enormous force. Although they occasionally attack humans, people aren't really on their menu. Instead, they hunt fish, birds and small mammals. And here's something wild. Anacondas are also known to eat each other. Finally, let's talk about a strange phenomenon that isn't exactly a discovery, but might be connected to one. In the Amazon, there are numerous UFO sightings almost every year. In 2011, a video surfaced showing an alleged extraterrestrial being, which paranormal expert Mike Cohen later described as very convincing. He claimed that aliens might be drawn to the Amazon because of its incredible biodiversity, and that makes a certain amount of sense. Still, according to most scientists, it's far more likely that these UFO sightings are caused by various weather phenomena, optical illusions, or even rare birds. Then again, who knows, maybe the Amazon really would be the first place aliens would visit if they came to Earth. Which of these discoveries did you find the most impressive?